I get questions quite a bit about the different types of bowls that are available, so I wanted to take a few moments and introduce you to some of the ones that I have. So this is pretty much what you're going to see quite often, is what is referred to as a hammered bowl. If you can see the different hammer marks on there, and some people refer to these as Tibetan bowls or Himalayan bowls. Lovely sound, and if you spend some quality time with your bowl and tap different areas around the rim, you can see, I don't know if you can see in the video, but the thickness is not the same all the way around necessarily, and you can elicit subtly different sounds from one bowl. So spend a lot of time and get to know your bowl and see how many different sounds you can get out of the same bowl. And you're probably going to hear a different tone when you tap versus when you sing. So for all those of you out there that have the apps on your phone that measure these type of things, you will have some fun with that. You may have seen these little chakra bowls, as they're referred to, available, and they come in all the colors related to the chakras. They're typically small, but not always, but a lot of them are small and have the higher pitches. These are what we refer to as cast. So if you can see on here, it's smooth, it's not hammered. And so what that means is with the pitch, you're gonna have a consistent tone every time you tap it. Now some of these small ones, they don't always like to sing. So just know that when you get these smaller bowls, they may just be tappers. This bowl is more of a Japanese style, but it has these little dimples in it. I call this my golf ball bowl. And this has a very interesting tone, and I have to be careful where I tap it, because when I'm playing all my bowls and come to this one, sometimes it can sound flat to our Western ears, but it's a beautiful sound. See, that sounded different, didn't it? It's a fun bowl, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. This one is what's referred to as a pedestal bowl because it's got this handle on the bottom here, and it is fantastic for doing work in a session. I love the sound of it as well. But it is wonderful for going around the person and down the arms, legs, wherever you want to direct the sound towards. It's wonderful. And this particular one was described as antique. Now, is it really antique? I don't know. Metal antique? Was it just given an antique look to charge me more money? I don't know. But I love it. One of my favorites to work with in a one-on-one session. This bowl has a flat bottom and a beautiful sound. It's still hammered, but being flat on the bottom, not everybody puts bowls on the body, and I don't do it very often, only with certain clients, but the flat bottom bowls are fantastic. They don't slide off your client quite as easy. This bowl is cast aluminum. Love that deep tone. I love to carry cast aluminum bowls in my inventory because these are a little bit easier to make sing, and so sometimes people get a little frustrated that they can't get one of the more traditional looking bowls, one of the hammered bowls. It takes practice, but this cast aluminum people, like right off the bat, are usually, able to get them to sing right away. Some bowls have beautiful designs on them. And if you can see some of this on here and inside as well. Beautiful designs. I have several. Now these are also hammered, and you can see all the variation in the shape around the rim, and hopefully you can see some of the hammer marks, maybe not. Beautiful. When I am working with someone to purchase a bowl, I typically have them either close their eyes or turn their back to me, because I don't want them to get caught up in what a bowl looks like. I want them to hear the sound and fall in love with it that way. There are also a variety of strikers to use with your bowls, and they may come a little bit more skinny. This is typically what you're going to see that comes with a bowl. This one is a little bit heavier. You can see the difference here. All right, and you are going to get a subtle difference in the sound with each of these. Sometimes with the little bitty bowls, you may get one of these little short ones, very similar, just a different length there, but you still got suede on one end and wood on the other. And then you've got some larger ones that are helpful for your larger bowls. And then I have this really nice heavy one that I use with my larger bowls, and they are fantastic. I have a friend who is into woodworking, and I asked her to make me some different wooden strikers that I had seen in a book from another country, and so she put these together for me. This one is maple, and I believe this one is walnut and bloodwood, something like that, and this may be walnut as well. I don't recall exactly, but when we were trying them out, we actually got slightly different sounds from the different types of wood. We were fascinated by that. So I don't use wooden strikers very often. You have to be really careful with those, because it is a bit stronger sound, and so you want to be careful so you don't hurt anybody's ears while you're doing that. But I am fascinated with the different woods and the sounds, and I have used this one quite a bit with my chimes behind me. It's just the perfect weight and shape and everything to tap those just ever so gently. You've probably seen the crystal bowls that are out there. Mostly the frosted white crystal bowls are fantastic. I have quite a few of those, and I absolutely love them. I also love the colored bowls. This one is infused with turquoise, supposedly. I don't know if it really is or not, but I do love the sound, and it's a little bit more thin than some of the others. That was one thing when I first started buying those white frosted crystal bowls, is I wasn't paying attention in the description to the thickness, and that does affect your playing ability. I'll just leave it at that. So the thinner ones are a little bit easier to sing. So this is a suede striker that typically comes with these crystal bowls. You can find the ones that have the rubber on the end. New ones are a little bit more round than mine. This is well loved. And then you can also find the ones with the silicone wrap on there, and these are fantastic as well. You get a crisper sound from that one, but not overbearing. I love trying different mallets, and sometimes try your fingers as well, especially if you forget to pack something for your sound bath. So the classic white frosted crystal bowls, very readily available, lots of sizes, different pitches, and they typically come with a suede striker. You can sometimes find a premium suede. It has a softer effect. I'm not crazy about the suede strikers with the frosted crystal bowls because it's got a scratchy sound to it, and it really if you're recording, that really picks up. I prefer to use a rubber mallet, a little bit softer, or silicone, and much smoother sound there. And they're going to come with what is referred to as an O-ring, and it sits on top of that, so it's up off the ground, and so the bowl can vibrate, and the sound, some of these can last a really long time. It's really neat to listen to. So another type of crystal bowl is a practitioner's bowl. It's got a handle on it. This one is hollow, and I have some others that have solid handles, and one of those ended up cracking, and I was told that was a design flaw, and it's very unfortunate because that was my very most expensive bowl. So any other bowls I get, practitioner bowls, I'll be looking for that hollow handle. Now these make a gorgeous sound. I do like using the suede strikers, especially to get them to sing. But these are called practitioner bowls because you can direct the sound around maybe a particular area of somebody's body if you're working one-on-one. I do like the rubber mallets as well for a little bit stronger sound. But do keep in mind, if you're looking for a handheld practitioner type bowl, I would highly recommend the hollow handles if you can find them, because this one I have tapped a little too hard. Had a few little clashes with my other bowls, and there's no crack, there's no chip. So I'm a big fan of these type of bowls.